Honey, I never thought that there would be a day that I would be in full-on tears for Miss Karen Hugler, okay?
She got that rich girl, LA vibe. She whip it good in her daddy's 95. Rough sex on the bedroom floor. Hop in the shower, she begging for more. Do not disturb on the hotel door. Waking the neighbors. All I want is champagne and sunshine.
I am your girl, Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? We are reviewing The Real Housewives of Potomac, season number 4, episode number 7, Salty Behavior. This is season 4, right? What season is this, child? Okay, so we are getting ready for Miss Monique's rainbow party. We are all aware that she lost a baby, and the new baby is considered a rainbow baby. Of course, that was something new to me. I didn't know, and was enlightened the first time she spoke of it at the beginning of the season. The party, the atmosphere, it looks beautiful. Monique looks beautiful as usual. Skin looking flawless, hair gorgeous, makeup on 10. Like, I'm actually loving her look. Her hair is always nice. I'm gonna need to find somebody to braid my hair like Monique's, okay? I'm in LA. Somebody should be able to do that for me. Well, Michael and Ashley arrived first, and they're very in good spirits. I also like Ashley's little outfit. Honey, when you got a small petite body, you can wear anything. But then there was Miss Shirley, the infamous mother-in-law. And she always be over there frowning up. Honey, these mothers and these mother-in-laws, these mothers, period, because, you know, they be something else. All of them is something else, mine included. And they break to Monique in her confessional, and she says she wants an apology. She would like an apology. This is the first time that she's seen Miss Shirley in over 2 years since she called her a heifer. But honey, I'm gonna just say right here in my spirit, I was like, girl, you was wishing on a star, because Miss Shirley don't seem like she gonna give you an apology unless Jesus comes down himself and commands her to. Well, we found out I was wrong. Karen and Ray arrive. I'm glad to see that Ashley and Karen are cordial. I'm glad that they know how to behave at an event. Let me also say that the Green Eye Bandits, they did not go to the event. Robyn because of her son's football game, and then Gizelle because her oldest daughter was sick. Was that her oldest daughter? Which daughter was that, y'all? I don't know. One of her beautiful children were sick. You know, she was on full-on mommy duty. Let me make some chicken soup because my baby don't feel good. You know how you do. I don't know, I'm not really a good mother. I'm just gonna be honest. When Monique started reading about what a rainbow baby was, I actually shed several tears because I didn't know, and it was something, you know, beautiful to hear and read, and whoever came up with that, I'm all like, kudos to them. For symbolism of the babies that have been lost, the angel babies that have been lost through miscarriages, they did let off some doves, and of course it was very moving. I'm sure if you were there, us on TV, we thought it was nice, but you know, we weren't moved as much. At least I'm speaking for myself, but I know that the releasing of the doves was something beautiful. But then we get shocked, and the mother-in-law wants to say something, and I'm all like, Jesus, take the wheel. Jesus, drive the car fast. Jesus, off the cliff, because I don't know what the mama gonna say, and we all are nervous, honey. We looking for the tea and the mess, but the mama apologized, put me to shame. She apologized for calling her out of her name and her behavior, and really how much she loved her daughter-in-law and her son and the new baby and her grandchildren. And so I thought that that was a big move. Y'all know old people be set in their ways. Listen, I'm an old person. Not quite all the way, but I'm right there. And we be set like, what? I know this heifer line. I know she don't want me to say no apology. I'm not. Like, so I commend her. Thinking about my own mother, it takes a lot for her to apologize. As a matter of fact, I don't think I've ever heard my mother offer anybody, not anybody, an apology. Huh, that's food for thought. Chris and Candiace arrived late, and listen, Candiace had mentioned in the first 3 minutes, 30 seconds, whatever, that, you know, she's always late 2 hours before the event. She had no clothes on, hair was not combed, was not looking like she was ready, okay? So we knew she was gonna be late then. There was a cordial greeting between Ashley and Candiace, which is to be expected considering Ashley isn't ready to move forward with their relationship. Not ready to move forward. Not sure how much role she's willing in allowing her to celebrate her as she, or be a part of her journey as she tries to get pregnant again. But what I was moved by was, I mean, y'all remember last season when they was finna break up, Ashley and Michael, and he didn't want no baby. He wasn't sure if he wanted a baby. Honey, today he was all emotions, honey, all tears, and just taken aback, just saying we're here celebrating this life they have just went through, what we went through, and here we are having to deal with it. Like, he hasn't really dealt with his issue as it relates to them losing their child. And I was actually looking at him like, oh, but side-eyeing him at the same time, like, you put her through hell, like you didn't want to have no baby. Like, now why would you do such a thing? And here you are crying, emotions touched and shit. So as they were having that moment, Karen says, oh, I was looking at Chris and his father and it made me start crying. And I just thought to myself, did you have to share that with the pregnant lady? Did it have to become about you, Karen? Of course it did. Everything is about Karen. Every moment of the time, every moment of the day, every second, every hour, it is about Karen. I understand. I grieve for her. I feel bad for her. My heart and condolences go out to her. But honey, you didn't have to share that with the pregnant lady who was celebrating. Like, I mean, y'all think I was wrong? Let me know down below in the comments. Do you think it was an appropriate time for her to bring this up? Let me know down below in the comments. You know, get me all the way together if I'm wrong. So Monique gets up and she speaks and she thanks everybody for coming, and she says that sharing was healing for her and offers other people to share. So Ashley, after the sentimental moment of Michael, decides, you know what, I want to share. Honey, and as she raised her hand to get ready to start talking, Candiace in the corner on the side-eyeing the entire fuck out of her. I'm all like, what is wrong with her? Why are you so bitter? What is bothering you about Ashley? So Ashley speaks her piece, you know, and says that she is hopeful just looking at Monique. A little bit later, as the party starts to wind down, Ashley says, you know what? I want to talk to Karen. You know, I was very insensitive. I should have considered that she lost both her mother and her father within months. Very few months of one another. And so when she goes, she says to her, I'd really like to make amends and that you and I should spend some quality time together, you know, and move past it. Honey, and I'm all like, I felt the sincerity from Ashley. And so when Karen said to her, I don't do the fake and phony, I thought, now why would you insert that comment here? Nothing about this feels fake or phony. It's just you and her, and she's genuinely reaching out to you. As you mentioned in your confessional, she is changing. The loss of a life has changed her. Why didn't you just accept that and you had to go around the world and girl, Karen is irritating me, okay? And that's how come Karen is just, she irritates me. Since we're talking about Monique, let's just finish her out. A little later, we see Miss Shirley, Chris, and Monique having a conversation. And the vibe that I got was that Monique is not really receptive to hearing anything that Miss Shirley says. Like, she feels like she has been faulted. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have hurt me. The damage is done. You're going to have to show me, okay? And I kind of liked where the conversation went. She was honest. She was saying, you know what, Miss Shirley, you do take jabs. You do take shots. And they're not meant to be nice. And you know, well, you know me, you know, old people, you know, I just told y'all about old people. But what I like is Chris always steps in, and he actually, out of loving kindness and respect, checked his mother and said, listen, Mom, too much time has gone by. I really want us to be a family. We are a family. We don't have issues like crackheads stealing TVs. So we need to move on. And, you know, Monique really wants her children to have their grandparents in their lives. So I really feel like she needs to open up and be a little more receptive, because I promise you, though her mouth was saying let's move forward, her body language was not, her facial expressions were not. So I don't know if you agree with that. You can let me know. What was your take on that whole Miss Shirley and Monique situation? Okay, so when we see Miss Gizelle, her mother arrives from Houston and she is excited, ecstatic to see her. You know, I don't think think I've ever said it before, but her and her mother definitely look alike. And her and her mother definitely have the same attitude. Yes, mama was throwing shade all day. I told y'all, these mamas, I mean, I'm a mama too, so what that mean? I be throwing shade with the rest of them, with the best of them, okay? I guess that's why God gave me boys instead of girls. But honey, them boys of mine, sometimes they be sensitive too. So I'm just saying, got to be more careful. I like how when Gizelle started talking about her New Orleans trips with the ladies, that her mother like dismissed dad. Like they were married 35 years. I don't want to hear about it. Let's move it along. And guess what? Gizelle respected that. She did not try to continue. She said, I hear you, mother. So many times kids just want to keep talking and acting like they don't hear what we saying. So Gizelle, I'm going to give you some kudos for that. Yes, children, listen to your mothers. When they say they don't want to be bothered, don't bother them. We discovered that she wants to buy a house, that she wants to set her roots there because she's been renting since she's been in Potomac. She's found a nice piece of property. However, the structure, the house itself, has been sitting for over a year and needs some work. It is a project, a renovation project, a picker-upper, a fixer-upper. There it is. And her mom's like, listen, that ain't for you, that ain't for you, that ain't for you. Now, given what we know about Gizelle, I may have to agree it ain't for her. She might want some instantaneous or some instant gratification. But, you know, she hires the people, tell them what to do. It's going to be a lot of work. Let's see. This is a new storyline for Gizelle. Now, things get a little interesting when she meets up with Candiace at Chris's restaurant, okay? It's her first time at the restaurant. One thing I didn't like was, I don't understand why Gizelle felt it necessary to regurgitate what Candiace had been saying about her husband. Like, oh, you know, she's been sharing things about you sexually that I just don't want to know. You could have kept that to yourself. Why are you trying to make her have hot water with her husband? Why is you being so messy, Gizelle? Some stuff you need to keep to yourself. But I get that the producers poke and prod, but that just felt like it came directly from you. We find out that Chris is, well, we know they've been saying he was coming out with a cookbook, but next week she's having the ladies over for a tasting. That's the heated conversation. I can't wait to see that next week. I'm gonna try to be on time next week with this one, you know, but I'm reviewing too many things. Let's see, too many things too. I ain't even did Southern Charm New Orleans. She asks about the rainbow party, and Candiace goes ahead and says that it's beautiful and that it was overall nice. However, when Ashley started to speak, that she is full of shit, that she was, you know, taking deep breaths, but there was no crying. I don't understand why she comes for Ashley like she does. And of course, off the top of my head, I can't remember who said it, but baby, you were right when you said she is ungrateful because Ashley is the one that brought her on the show. Come on and show the girl some respect. Which one of y'all was that? So then they begin to talk about the New Orleans trip, and Monique says Candiace says overall I had a really great time. However, Monique is funny. She talks about her meeting with Katie 2 years ago. Y'all remember the snippet where she said that she was glamorous and then now she's more like a free spirit, kind of Amistadish, okay? And Gizelle found that offensive. Why would she say she looks like a slave? What is the implication? Who says that? Why? And then of course, you know, Candiace immediately, well, don't say I said that, the girl, you said it. And I think that the spirit that it was said in was not meant to be malicious. I think that Monique had the wrong choice of words. She, you know, went from prince to pauper possibly. I mean, talking about someone looks like a slave is kind of harsh, and I don't think that she meant it in the way that it was received by Gizelle. And I feel like Candiace was supposed to go ahead and fix that. You know, and in confessional, oh, I should have just kept my mouth shut. Girl, you should just keep your mouth shut all the time. Moving right along, let's talk about Robyn. We only saw Robyn briefly. We saw her at her son's football game, and we saw her and her mother at the renovated property, or the property that is being renovated. She too kind of resembles her mother. I want to see what her dad looks like. And pretty much the best thing that came out of that is that they are now 10 months in on this project that should have taken 4 months. In addition, Marcel, the realtor, brought them some comparable properties so that they can see what their investment will yield. All right. about Ashley, and it's like an Ashley-Karen mix, okay? So when we see Ashley, her and Michael go and they visit the acupuncturist. She really wants some advice, try and get some techniques to help her womb, her uterus, because she feels like it is that her body is rejecting her carrying a baby, considering it is the same stage as when she lost the baby previously. She told us that she was pregnant when she was 19 and was actually considering having an abortion, but ended up having a miscarriage and felt bad about it, okay? And it was in the same stage. So now she's feeling like my body is rejecting me being a mother. Why is that? We know it is overcome. We shall overcome. She did, because we know she's pregnant now. But it's good to see her be open. So she has acupuncture, which are the little needles that they stick everywhere, and they stick these in her uterus to help to stimulate the uterus. Now listen, I want to have acupuncture. I have never done it, but it's supposed to be very well. I think me and my son Royal will go, and maybe we will film the entire, or vlog the entire experience. Let me know if that's something you're interested in. Have you ever had acupuncture? What was your experience? Do you feel like you were relieved? Were they able to tell you something about yourself? Off that soapbox, moving right along. While they're in the acupuncturist, Michael says he was really looking forward to having that baby. And every time he says that, I just can't do nothing but go back to last year when he didn't want to have no baby, when he was breaking up with her. Or was it the year before? Whichever year that was, I keep going back to that. Like, you put her through the ringer. Y'all broke up because she gave you an ultimatum. And you was like, I don't want no baby. Because you old, okay? You 59, you old, and you like men. But she wanted a baby. That was part of the stipulations. Hold up to your end of the bargain. Thank God he did. So, Karen and Ashley meet up together for some QT time. And Ashley felt that it was important that they do something, since they both had experienced loss, that they go and they have this healing session. And the funny thing is, when the spiritual healer came out, Ashley hugged her and said out loud, people don't take a deep breath when you hug. Have you ever noticed? I thought about it. You don't breathe. And that whole hugging and going is probably a big deal. Now, people probably hold their breath because they don't want that person's energy. If you ain't got good energy, don't be breathing their energy in, okay? I'm going to just tell you, I read people. I got good discernment. And if your energy is bad, you will not get a from me, because I'm going to start practicing that, because I feel like that's like a relief. Hugging is supposed to be comfort. And we're going to move right along. Karen thought that felt a little weird, a little awkward. It was different. People who aren't open to new things always see it as weird. Anyway, they go into the pink Himalayan salt room, which is to help to release the negative energy that you might be carrying. It releases it in a slow manner. And I think that's why my pink Himalayan salt lamp works so well. Y'all got one of them? They cheap. Go get you one from Ross. Get one from Amazon. They cheap. It's supposed to help with the radiation and to help with your healing, and you actually sleep better when you have it on at night. I'm gonna make sure I put mine on. The spiritual healer goes next to Karen and she says, I'm gonna help to release your chakras, right? And so she starts talking about where her chakras are, and that there's one under her diaphragm, and that she's holding a lot of, angst there, I want to say. That's my word, not the word they used. And that she can't be strong forever. And so Karen is battling with it, like, yes I can, and there's Ashley like, come on and, relax and release to the process, okay? Release to the process. Allow the process to work. However, the spiritual healer also lets us know that she is a psychic medium. Baby, and then she said that her father was in the room. That she was originally blocking him out. Now, I can't remember, did they tell her that the daddy had passed away? I don't think so. I think that they just said they experienced loss, and so he was there. And she said that he was saying, it's okay, let it go, baby girl, you're gonna be all right. When she started bawling, look at me, I'm a daddy's girl, okay? Literally, my heart was filled with tears. Like, look at him. Like, just the thought that your father passes away, and then you go somewhere and they tell you that he's here and this is what he's saying. I probably would have passed out, would have still been crying for that whole session with Polo Ashley, okay? Like, somebody come and get me, because I can't even get the tears. My daddy is alive and well, okay, in Washington State, okay? And I'm sitting here crying. So I'm telling y'all, when it happened, I was in full-on tears for Karen Hugler. I never thought in a million years that I would have cried for Karen Hugler. In addition, we saw Ashley open up to Karen, because that's really like a room where healing was to occur. She opened up to Karen and she said, I have a lot of self-doubt as a woman. Like, why is my body rejecting me having this baby? Why won't it allow me have the baby? And then I don't want to be alone. I feel like I'm going to be alone because Michael is so much older than I am. And Karen dropped some knowledge on her. She let her know that, hey, Ray, I got pregnant at 50. Ray had his first baby at 50, and the baby is going to keep Michael young. So don't worry about that. You won't be alone. And even if you are, you have a village around you. Okay, so that ends the entire episode. Y'all, what did you think about this episode? Pretty much, Candiace. What are we going to do about Candiace's ass? Candiace needs her some business. Candiace needs to address the shit with her mama. Candiace has a problem. I'm hoping that Monique heals and moves forward, moves past Miss Shirley, because Miss Shirley is Chris's twin. And you know what? I wrote my notes and didn't say. I was proud of Chris because you leave and cleave, right? You leave your mother's home, mother and father's house, to cleave to your wife, right? Or your husband. So I always look at him and I think that he is definitely what you would consider a traditional husband, a traditional father, a provider, a protector. He is definitely traditional in that sense, and I bow to him for that. Karen, is she gonna continue to make it always about her? Grief is a huge thing. Loss is a huge thing. But during somebody's celebratory occasion is an inappropriate time to share. Y'all can disagree with me if you want to. I want you to do it down below in the comments. And I'm ready to see all this drama they got coming up. I'm excited about it. I know that's sad, but I'm glad it's not drama and chaos in my own life and that I'm just talking about it on the screen. We are not inviting that into our lives. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 4, Episode number 7. What was it? Salty something. Salty behavior. If it's your first time visiting my channel, don't get out of here without clicking the red subscribe button and becoming a ray of sunshine. You're there and you're going to want to click the notification bell so you don't miss another Real Housewife of Potomac review. For me, everybody, give this video a thumbs up because you like me and I'll know it's real. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next review.